calendar for cases that have been filed with the State Court of Fulton County. These are cases involving individuals who were recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail. Soon thereafter, their cases were formally accused. This would be the first appearance for these matters. So when I address each of the defendant's cases, please remember you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. When I address each of your cases, I will let you know what is your new case number or accusation number, the charges that have been brought against you, to appoint counsel where necessary, to set a bond, and also perhaps give you a new court date if you are still detained at the jail. Is it Miss Young today? Miss Chanel
Yes,
Young?
Your Honor, it is. Good afternoon.
Judge Law. I'll be hosting today.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Lewis. And Miss Young, the new court date is?
The 23rd, Your Honor.
Okay. So if your cases are reset to another court date, it would be April 23rd, 2026 at 9 a.m. That will also be a virtual proceeding. So please remember to contact the clerk's office to get the Zoom link if you plan to attend. All right. ACDC, you've been advised, folks there have been advised of the rights. Who do we have first, Deputy?
We had number 3, Ms. Bean.
Okay. Katrina Lashard Bean is accused of driving under the influence of alcohol less safe and driving under the influence of alcohol per se. This is from April 8th of 2026. Ms. Bean, you've been advised of your rights. Ms. Hardy, any priors?
Yes, Your Honor. Their last arrest was May the 15th, 2006, out of Marion, Florida, for a probation violation. They have 4 total cycles arrests out of Virginia and Florida. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2004 out of Florida for battery. Nothing further.
Ms. Spear, what's the recommendation?
Total of $5,000. That's $2,500 surety on each charge of DUI. An ADET, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
All right. And Mr. Bartell, you're her counsel? Yes, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon, Judge. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. I spoke with Ms. Bean, Your Honor. She does deny some of the allegations in the report. She indicates that she has family that she's staying with here in Georgia. She has been living in Florida, but she indicated that she is planning to stay with her uncle, a Mr. Clark, who lives in Mableton. She's going to stay with him for the pendency of this case because she does want to address it. She is on disability, Judge. I advised that she had a stroke in 2012. Regarding the case, it looks like they are two. Well, one of them would be the lesser included offense of the other. So we would ask for a $1,000 good bond on each charge. I think that would be sufficient to assure her appearance in court.
Okay. On the count 1, driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, that's going to be $2,000, and that's going to be a signature bond for pretrial services level 1. And the per se, that's going to be a $2,000 surety bond. This is a $4,000 split bond. She will report to pretrial services once a month. She'll be subject to random screens for alcohol and or illegal drug substances. So Ms. Bean may be, I think level 1 is telephonic reporting, but she may be called in for a random screen by pretrial. So while this case is still open and active, she is not to consume any alcoholic beverages and not to consume any illegal drugs. If she's taking prescription drugs, please make sure she brings proof of that if it shows up on a screen. She's also to undergo an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit to any treatment that's required. And this must be done within 60 days of being released on bond. Her next court date will be April 23rd.
Thank you, Judge.
Next case.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, we just logged on. What position was that?
That was position 3, $4,000 split bond.
4,000 split. Gotcha. We can go with, he's an add-on. I'm not sure what, number add-on he is, but Mr. Sheiley.
Can I hold off on that? We haven't got our add-on calendar yet.
Okay,
All right, just a few moments. Let me just address one more case at ACDC, and then hopefully the add-on will be with us. Deborah at ACDC, your next case?
21, Miss Parrish. Okay.
Shelanda Parrish is accused of possession and use of a drug-related object and willful obstruction of an officer, 26 CR 2320E. Any priors, Miss Harvey? Miss Miss Lewis, please remove Kunisha from Zoom. Remove her completely until she learns how to park a car. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Miss Harvey, oh, Miss Hardy, excuse me.
The last arrest was November the 2nd, 2025, out of the cab for criminal damage to property. There are 28 cycles out of Georgia, 5 out of Florida. There was a misdemeanor conviction in 2025 for criminal trespass, also in 2024, along with obstruction. 2023, there is a criminal trespass, simple assault, and obstruction. Probation violation in 2024, FTA in 2025, nothing further.
Miss Tucker?
Yes, Judge, you did hear she's got an extensive history as well as quite a bunch of recent history with an FTA just last year. For that reason, although these are non-violent offenses, I can't recommend a signature bond. I'm recommending a $500 good bond on the possession of drug-related objects and a $1,000 good bond on the obstruction. The facts alleged she had a crack pipe in public. When officers went to speak with her, she actively resisted.
Miss McLeod, is that your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Miss Parrish is my client. She is 35 years old, Your Honor, and she is currently unemployed. So I understand that she does not qualify for signature bond, but I would ask for a very small cash bond for her, Your Honor, because I don't think she has anyone who can bond her out to pay, the bonding company. So I'm asking for a small cash bond for her.
Okay. On the possession and use of drug-related objects is $25 cash, and the willful obstruction is $75 cash. This is a $100 cash bond. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Her next court date is April 23rd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case.
we can go position number 1, Mr. Abercrombie.
Abercrombie. Okay. Jordan Abercrombie is accused of loitering and/or prowling on October 3rd, 2025, case 26 CR 2324Y. Attorney is Miss McLeod. Any priors, Miss Hardy?
Their last arrest was March 14th, 2026, out of Clayton for a probation violation. They have 8 total cycles in Georgia. There was a 2024 felony conviction in Clayton County for peeping Tom. It appears that they're on first offender probation for that. There's a 2025 misdemeanor forgery, a 2024 PI misdemeanor conviction, and marijuana less than an ounce. FTA in 2023 and 2024, nothing further.
Okay. Miss Spear, excuse me.
Yes, Your Honor. There was a $3,000 surety bond already set by the previous magistrate based on the lengthy history and the recency of an offense as of last month. We would ask that it remain. In addition, to stay away from 160 and 170 Turquoise Trail. He was caught at both places. The 170 Turquoise Trail is the felony outstanding from last month in the entering auto. So we would ask that he stay away from Turquoise Trail. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Right. Was he a pretrial candidate already previously in the case ending in 1176Y? Oh, no, it was a signature. No, he wasn't. Okay. So he was on a $3,000 split bond. One 1,500 good bond and 1,500 signature bond through the jail. There doesn't seem to be any other conditions. Okay, Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm asking for a signature bond for Mr. Abercrombie. He's 21 years old, Your Honor. He tells me that he had a son yesterday. His first child was born yesterday, and he's very anxious to get home, of course, to interact with this child. He also gave me his address as 135 Turquoise Trail. His mom lives there, and he lives there with his mom, Your Honor. So that's where he lives. He also tells me that he adamantly denies the allegations, Your Honor, and he wants to be able to get out of jail so he can work with me to address this case. Based on what he told me, and I also read the warrant, he maintains that it's not him that was in this video as they're alleging, Your Honor. He says actually at the time when they're saying that was him, he wasn't even around in the neighborhood at the time. So I think under the circumstances, a signature bond would be appropriate, and I'm asking for that for him, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, he's got a probation violation that kicks him out of signature bond status at the present time. Bond is going to be set at 1,500. It is a surety bond to stay away from the Turquoise Trail. Next court date is going to be April 23rd. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Next case.
Position number 11, Mr. Huntley.
This is State versus Carel Hooser, cited, accused of hit and run. Have a seat, sir. All right. So, Mr. Hooser, accused of hit and run. I'm sorry. Who am I addressing?
This is Huntley. This is
Oh, I'm sorry. Huntley, position 12?
is it 12 or
Is it Zarabi Huntley?
I think Mr. Hoosier has the shorter hair, Your Honor.
Who's Mr. Huntley?
So we're going with Huntley. I got his positions.
Okay, Huntley, take a seat.
Huntley.
Yeah.
Position 12.
That's Mr. Huntley. That's Ms. McLeod's case.
Okay. So Mr. Zarabi Huntley is position number 12, and he is charged with simple battery and criminal trespass under accusation 26 CR 2311J. Incident date appears to be March 29th of this year. Attorney is Mr. Paul Bartel. Excuse me, Ms. McLeod. And any price, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was December 27th, 2025, out of Sandy Springs for DUI and fleeing. They have 4 total arrest cycles, arrests out of Georgia and Florida. Nothing further to report.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for a $5,000 total surety bond. That's $2,500 per charge. Stay away from 112 Cortlandt Street, and no further contact with the victim in this case, the security guard, Rashad Francis. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
And is that the Hilton or what was it? The Marriott?
It's the parking deck off of by 117. I believe there was a club over there
Okay.
where all this began. He was looking for a place to relieve himself, allegedly.
All right. Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Huntley is 39 years old. I am asking for a signature bond for him, Your Honor. I think he qualifies for that. He told me what happened, and he also told me that he was attacked by the security guard and had to be taken to hospital. So he needs to get out of jail, Your Honor. And I am also concerned about when he was arrested, because he told me he's been in jail for some time. So I don't know if it may be a Riverside issue here.
Okay, let me see. Looks like he was booked into Fulton County Jail on April 8th at 9:15 p.m. No, sorry, his arrest date was April 8th, 9:15, and he was booked in on April 9th at 12:30 a.m. He's been in custody for 2 days.
I'm 2 weeks. Okay.
So I guess
So-
it doesn't apply, Your Honor.
That's what I
I
have.
believe he had told me he was arrested on Monday.
Mm,
Excuse me, I wasn't arrested. I heard that I had a warrant for my arrest, so I didn't waste taxpayers' dollars, and I decided to turn myself in on those false accusations, man.
okay, appreciate that.
Listen, Mr. Huntley, don't say anything, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sorry. On the simple battery, that's going to be $1,000. On the criminal trespass, that's going to be 500. This is a $1,500 surety bond. He is to stay away 200 yards away from the 112 Cortlandt Street location, which will not only include the parking deck, but also the buildings surrounding it. So at least a distance of 200 yards. So that's the length of 2 football fields, and have no further contact with Rashad Francis. Next court date is April 23rd. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and no weapons. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
When I have a break, next we have, I'm sorry, ACDC, you guys are ready?
Okay, ACDC, may I have your next case?
Change and now it's come clear.
Courtroom 2, please mute. Thank you.
Say again, if I'm judge.
ACDC, we'll take the next case there.
All right, we got number 8, Miss Flannings.
Fine, okay. Trlemings Flannings is accused of criminal trespass, simple battery, family violence, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer from April 9th of this year, case 26 CR 2319G. Ms. Flannings, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. McLeod. Any priors, Ms. Hardy?
Their last arrest was October the 17th, 2024, out of Fulton for obstruction, terrorist threats, and acts and criminal trespass. There's 5 total cycles. Nothing further to report.
Ms. Spear?
I show a 2026 FTA on my criminal history.
From which
But-
case?
I didn't get a case number. I just show that it was a 2026 FTA.
I do see, well, these are the 2 charges. Criminal trespass, excuse me, the 3 charges. She's got a failure to appear from December 3rd, 2025, November 5th, 2025, and she's got a hold as well. So how would you like to proceed, Ms. Spear?
Let's see, we're asking for 1,000 surety on the criminal trespass, 2,000 surety on the family violence, and $1,000 surety on the obstruction. Stay away from 3448 Summersby Court. One of the victims said that he felt that the defendant may have been drinking, so we are asking for an ADET, excuse me. No further contact with the victim, Denzel Hunt, the witness, Jerisha Cozart, and the homeowner, Kimberly Hunt. We have not been in contact with any of those parties at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Denzel and Kimberly Hunt on Zoom, if they want to chime in. You need to unmute and start your video. I don't see anyone by that name. So, all right, let's proceed. Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. The alleged victim is my client's brother. I have spoken with her, and she tells me that she does have somewhere else that she can go. That was her mom's house that she was staying with her mom, but she tells me she has given me an address where she will be staying upon her release. I understand that based on the FTA, she does not qualify for signature bond, Your Honor. So I'm asking for a low cash bond for her because she tells me she's unemployed and has been unemployed for several months. So posting bond will be a hardship for her. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Was there a stay away, Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor.
The state asked for that, Your Honor.
Yes.
What was the address?
3448 Summersby Court.
All right, Ms. Flannings, you've got a failure to appear, so unfortunately you cannot be released until that bench warrant has been resolved. The case for the FTA is 26 FTA 000065. Plus, she has also a hold from Union City. Considering the allegations set forth, criminal trespass is going to be a $1,000 surety bond. Simple battery is a $1,000 surety bond, and the willful destruction is a $500 surety bond. This is a $2,500 surety bond. No further contact with Kimberly and Denzel Hunt. Stay away from the Summersby Court location. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And your next court date is going to be April 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We have position number 13, Mr. Gerat.
William Devereaux Gerat is accused of criminal trespass causing damage to property. Incident date appears to be April 1st of this year. His accusation is 26 CR 2312B. Counsel is Ms. McLeod. Any priors, Ms. Hardy?
Their last arrest was February 18th, 2025, out of Roswell for criminal trespass. That's their only arrest cycle, nothing further.
Right, and Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, and I do show that case is still open.
Mhm.
We haven't talked to the victim in this matter yet. There's a $600 surety already set. We would ask that it remain. Because we haven't talked to the victim, we are asking for a stay away from the incident location, 580 South Shore Place in Roswell, and no further contact with the victim, Peter Thompson, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. If we could sound for Mr. Thompson.
Peter Thompson, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute or start your video. That seems to be his current address as well. Okay. Peter Thompson. No? All right, Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor, I am asking for signature bond for my client. My understanding is that the alleged victim is his stepfather. He has given me a good address for him, a new address, which is his dad's address. And that is where he will be staying going forward. So I am asking for a signature bond for him, Your Honor.
All right. Bond is set at $60 cash. No further contact with Peter Thompson. Stay away from 580 South Shore Place in Roswell, Georgia. He's allowed a one-time visit. I'll address you shortly, Mr. Gerat. He's allowed a one-time visit to the location with a police officer. He must have a police officer accompany him. You can go to the Roswell City Precinct and ask an officer to accompany him, and that visit would be for him to retrieve his personal belongings. Within 30 days of being released, he will update the court with his new mailing address. Mr. Gerat, this is your second case with State Court of Fulton County in less than 12 months, or just over 12 months. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. So if you decide to waive your right to remain silent, it could be to your detriment.
I would prefer if he calls me, Your Honor. I think that would be more appropriate. I would prefer if he doesn't say anything. But Mr. Gerat, you've got a $60 cash bond. I'm going to call your dad to see if he'll come and post your bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That would be Peter Thompson. Okay, thank you. All right. Oh, next case. ACDC, do you have a case ready or courtroom two?
Hey, do we got position 22, Miss Sparrow.
Stacy Thomas is accused of battery family violence from November 24th of last year. Incident date, that was the incident date. The case number is 26 CR 2317C.
Your Honor,
Alright.
this is Miss Sparrow, actually. She's number
Oh.
22.
It was 23? Oh, 22. I'm so sorry. Okay. Kelly Lynn Sparrow is accused of simple battery from March 23rd, 2026. And case number is 26CR 002-318A. Miss Sparrow's attorney is Mr. Bartell. And any priors on Kelly Sparrow?
Yes, Your Honor. Their last arrest was May the 21st, 2025, out of Hall County for simple battery, PI, and disorderly conduct. They have 31 total cycles, arrests out of Georgia, Tennessee, and Kentucky. There was a 2010 burglary out of Kentucky, a 2021 trespass out of Kentucky, misdemeanor conviction, misdemeanor assault convictions in 2017 and 2018. Nothing further to report.
Miss Tucker?
Yes, Judge, and I also saw 2 FTAs out of Kentucky from 2025, as well as 2 FTAs from 2022 and 21 out of Kentucky. So the fact that she's got this history out of Kentucky as recent as 2025, out of Tennessee as recent as 2023, I believe the flight risk here is pretty high. Additionally, the facts of this case has occurred on the street. Victim Kimberly Murray was struck multiple times in the face and on the head. Video evidence did confirm this. We're asking for a $2,500 good bond with conditions no further contact with Kimberly Murray.
Mr. Bartell?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I did speak with Ms. Sparrow. She did indicate that this was in self-defense, that the alleged victim, I believe Ms. Murray, was the primary aggressor, and that the entire interaction was not caught on video, that she does want the court to know that. She indicates that she does have family in Georgia. She has adult children here. She tells me that she is disabled. She has epilepsy and seizures. I believe she is starting to get her medications at the jail. It looks like she has a $2,500 bond right now. I think she'd have difficulty in making any bond. We would ask the court to possibly consider lowering that to $1,500. I think that would be sufficient to ensure her appearance on this charge. Nothing further.
Okay. Bond is set at $2,500. It is a surety bond. No further contact with Kimber L. Murray, and stay away from the incident location at Central Avenue and Washington Street in downtown Atlanta. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Next court date is April 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Position number 5, Ms. Blackman.
ACDC, did you have any other cases other than possible add-ons? Not sure. Okay. Tyra Blackman is accused of simple assault family violence from July 22nd of 2023.
Yeah, I think there's a statute of limitations issue with this case, Judge.
Ms. Spear, why are we proceeding with this case?
Because it's July 22nd of 20. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I didn't catch that. For some reason, I thought we had,
Okay.
Yep.
All right, case dismissed.
Thank you, Judge. Can we do that with some of the other ones?
Well,
If the
let's see how-
statute runs, absolutely.
I'll keep a lookout. Thank you.
Miss Tyra Blackman, the charge brought against you has lapsed, so this is no longer a ballot case and it's now dismissed. Thank you.
So will I be released today?
You'll be released within 24 hours. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Judge, I was, what was that? What was the outcome of that?
Tyra Blackman, case dismissed, is barred by the statute of limitations.
Oh, okay.
Number 18, Ms. Mack.
This is position 18 at ACDC, and this is Materia Mack, accused of theft by shoplifting, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and possession and use of drug-related objects. Incident date appears to be April 8th, 2026, case number 26CR 2325D. Attorney is Mr. Bartell. Any priors?
Their last arrest was April the 2nd, 2026, out of East Point for criminal trespass, aggravated assault, simple assault, family violence. That case appears to be open under 26 PI 002702, and that's their only cycle. Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, you did hear that she was just arrested on felony charges on the 2nd of this month, got out on bond, and then violated that bond by doing this. So for that reason, we cannot recommend a signature bond. We're asking for 500 good on each for a total of 1,500 with a stay away from the Chevron at 3819 Jonesboro Road. The facts allege that the store clerk saw her take 2 bottles of Moscato, put them in her purse, and walk out of the store. Through the surveillance camera, he saw she was still out back. So when the officers arrived, they saw her tuck a crack pipe into her purse. They asked her to put her hands behind her back, but she resisted, actively resisted, physically resisted, and had to be taken to the ground to comply. So between, all of these facts, as well as, she was on bond, we're asking for a $1,500 total minimum with a stay away from this Chevron location.
Yes,
Mr. Bartell?
yes, thank you, Your Honor. I did talk with Ms. Mack. She does deny some of the allegations that are in the warrant. She is 33 years old. She has made it this far up until, very recently with no criminal history. She was born in Atlanta, I've advised, and she's lived here all of her life. She has family in the area and lives with her significant other. So she does have ties to the community. We would ask the court to consider a signature bond. If the court is not inclined to do that, we would just ask for a low cash bond.
All right. On the theft by shoplifting, that's going to be a $500 cash bond. The willful obstruction is a $1,000 surety, and the possession and use of drug-related object is a $500 surety. This is a $2,000 split bond to stay away from the Exxon gas station at 3819 Jonesboro Road in Atlanta, Georgia. She just got released 3 days. She was out 3 days and she's back. This must be a record of some sort. Thank you.
I don't think so, Judge. I think we have some people who have less time than that.
I can think of one, Paul. I think we worked on it together.
Yeah, Ms. Tucker, I can think of more than one, but
Okay.
Judge, can you repeat that bond amount again, please?
Sure. Theft by shoplifting is $500 cash. Count 2 is 1,000 surety. Count 3 is 500 surety. It's a $2,000 split bond. Next court date is April 23rd.
Oh, brother's birthday. Okay. Stay here. Thank you.
thank you, ma'am.
We have, hold on. Miss King, I'm not sure of her position number.
Give me the last name.
King,
Spell it.
King, King.
Oh,
She's
King.
add-on 2.
She's an add-on, so we have to wait.
Let me just check and see. Miss
It
Young,
came out.
Okay, oh, 7 cases. Okay. The prosecutor and defense counsel all have the add-on calendar?
I do.
And I'm printing it, Your Honor, if you can give me 1 second. And Your Honor, Mr. Lewis on the add-on calendar has made bond.
All right, so position number 4.
4, the jail copy, he's made bond. Brandon Lewis.
Okay, so that's released and for the notice.
Give me
Okay.
1 second, Your Honor, I'm running to the point.
Okay, can I proceed with Miss King?
You can go ahead, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. This is State versus Joselyn King, position number 2 on the add-on calendar. And Miss King's accusation is 26 CR 2339L. Miss King, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is going to be Mr. Bartell. Would that be correct?
Your Honor, I believe Ms. Kim has this case.
Miss Kim, all right. Any chance she has joined? Oh, there she is. Okay.
Oh, Your Honor, I apologize, but she actually already spoke to PD Patel and I didn't talk to her.
Mr. Bartell, did you confer with Miss King?
Well, Your Honor, I don't have any notes on this. Yes, actually, I apologize.
That's okay.
It's a very big calendar today. Sorry about that, everybody.
No problem. Welcome to the Friday C calendars. All right. So let's proceed then. So Miss King has got one count of disorderly conduct. No, excuse me, 2 counts of disorderly conduct and 1 count of willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer from April 9th of 2026. Ms. King, you've been advised of your rights. Ms. Hardy, would you happen to have her priors, if any?
Yes, the last arrest was July the 8th, 2025, out of Fulton for an FTA. They have 12 arrest cycles. Misdemeanor conviction in 2011 for driving while license suspended or revoked. There's a 2013 DUI. It appears that they're on probation for simple battery family violence under 24 CR 0078889H. FTA from 2025. Nothing further.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Excuse me. There was a $1,200 surety for 1 count of disorderly and a $780 surety already set. We would ask that those remain and add another $1,000 surety for the second disorderly conduct. No further contact with the victim, Angie Champagne. We have not reached out to her yet. And we are asking for no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Is there an Angie Champagne on Zoom who wants to be addressed? Need to unmute and stuff? No? Okay. Mr. Bartell?
Yes, Your Honor. I have spoken with Ms. King. She indicates that this was a verbal disagreement. She denies acting in a manner that would cause someone to be in fear of their safety. She indicates, and I don't think it's alleged, that there's no physical contact at all. She had a piece of paper in her hand. She tells me that she gestured, and that touched the car window several times. But we don't believe that would necessarily rise to the level of disorderly conduct. She indicates that she was born in Atlanta, has been here all of her life, and lives with her partner. So she does have ties to the community. The bond is already set on 2 of the charges, as the state mentioned. But with all 3 charges, we would ask for a $500 good bond on each for a $1,500 total bond. Or we would ask for a signature bond, but if the court is not inclined to do that, we'd ask for a $1,500 total bond.
As granted, is $500 on each count. It's a $1,500 surety bond. Now, this is the part that is going to be tricky. She can return to Unit 5 at this apartment complex, if I'm assuming that's where she lives with a partner, but she's to have no contact with was it Angie Champagne, and to stay away from Miss Champagne, stay away from her vehicle, stay away from her children, which means that when Miss Champagne is outside in the apartment complex, you have to be inside. And when you are out in a public area, like in a grocery store that is outside the apartment complex, you have to stay 200 yards away from her. And this is the provisions of your no contact. If you engage with Miss Champagne while you're living at the complex, and Miss Champagne reports this to the prosecutor, your bond can be revoked and you'll be back in jail. Your next court date is going to be April 23rd. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons.
Can you repeat that bond again? I'm so sorry.
$500 on each count, $1,500 surety.
Thank you, Judge.
Next case.
We can go back to add-on number 6, Mr. Sheiley.
Okay. This is Renard Sheiley, his accusation number is 26 CR 2340L. Mr. Sheiley has one count of simple battery. Incident date appears to be April 9th. And his attorney is Miss McLeod. Any priors, Miss Hardy? Oh, Miss Kim, sorry. All right. Miss Kim is his attorney, okay? And any priors, Miss Hardy?
The last arrest was April the 1st, 2025, out of Fulton County for fleeing, obstruction, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. It's open under 25 PI 002594. There are 29 arrest cycles out of Georgia, 3 felonies outside the last 10 years. There's a 2020 aggravated assault, possession of a firearm, criminal damage to property, felony conviction, 2016 aggravated assault, also in 2016 theft by taking. There is a FTA from 2007. Nothing further to report. Oh, there's a probation case for the aggravated assault and possession of a firearm under 19 SC 169142. Nothing further.
All right, and just FYI, everyone, Brandon Lewis, I guess, from position 4, the one individual who's released, that would be a cross defendant in this case. All right, so Miss McLeod, well, he's released, so I don't know what's his legal status. Go ahead, Miss Tucker.
Yes, Judge. So you heard the history. He's got convictions for aggravated assault. He's got an open fleeing case, an open violation of probation for that aggravated assault case. So, now that this has happened, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond with conditions no further contact with Farley Aponte Cabeza. The facts in this case allege that while co-defendants Lewis and Sheiley were in Wings Are Us, someone told them that someone had struck their vehicle. So they went out, they saw this victim standing by the vehicle, not trying to run away, trying to take responsibility. But while they were waiting for 911, Sheiley pushed him and then Lewis punched him from behind. So they both acted violently towards him. Just with the history and these facts, we're asking for that $1,500 good bond with conditions no further contact and to stay away from this location at 490 Whitehall Street in Atlanta.
Okay, Miss Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Sheiley, is 44 years old. He was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. We do have a very good phone number, address. I guess Mr. Brandon and Mr. Brandon Lewis and Renard Sheiley, they are childhood friends. And my client denies the allegation of hitting anybody, Your Honor. He does have one minor child that he has been supporting financially. He got GED. After that, he also received a certification for forklift operation, and he's working as a forklift operator right now. We ask for the lowest possible signature on bond. There's a one already set, $1,000 security bond. We would like to ask either that or $10 cash bond. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to stay with the $1,000 surety bond. Next court date is April 23rd. He's got a probation hold, and that's 26 PV 000807 stemming from his prior felony conviction. So unfortunately, he can't be released pending that hold. But if he does post bond and is released, he is to have no contact with Mr. Farley Cabeza and to stay 200 yards away from the Wings Are Us at 490 Whitehall Street. needs to find somewhere else to eat some wings. Thank you.
Excuse me, Judge. I thought we had this down as a conflict with Miss McLeod. So you taking over it now? So I'm
Yeah,
lost,
I
Miss Kim.
apologize. I interviewed him first, so I conflicted out the other person.
So Mr.
Yes, I am
Lewis.
representing the co-defendant, Mr. Lewis.
Okay, Brandon Lewis would be
Yes.
Miss McLeod's. Okay.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you.
Next case.
Position 23, Mr. Thomas.
Stacy Thomas is accused of battery family violence from November 24th, 2025. Case is 26 CR 2317C. Mr. Thomas, you've been advised of your rights and your attorney is going to be Miss Kim. Any priors?
The last arrest was October 12th, 2022 out of Douglas County for a probation violation. They have 18 arrest cycles in Georgia. Felony in 2008, possession of controlled substance. 2009 misdemeanor, abandonment of dangerous drugs, false information to law enforcement. 2008 battery and criminal trespass. Nothing further to report.
Miss Spear? Oh, sorry, Miss Tucker?
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a $2,500 good bond in this case with no further violent contact with Miss Madison Thomas. These facts allege that the victim was at the home speaking with her grandmother about insurance. Her father, who's the defendant, comes in and thinks she was getting smart with the grandmother, so he backhand slapped her across the face. We did speak with the victim in this case. She said it was a misunderstanding. She says, you know, she was very emotional at the time, so she called police, that they've apologized. This did occur in November of last year, so I do think there's been a cooling down period. So we're fine with no further violent contact, but just with that extensive history, and there were visible injuries. Her face was swelling from this. We are asking for that $2,500 good bond with no further violent contact.
Miss Madison Thomas, please unmute and start your video if you, okay. Would you like to say something?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
She said everything.
Thank you. Then please mute your screen. Miss Kim, this is going to be a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further violent contact with Madison Thomas. To complete 4 anger awareness classes within 60 days of being released. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and no weapons and firearms. Next court date will be sent to his current address.
Thank you, Your Honor. No objection.
Position number 6, Mr. Bradford.
Darius, that's R-R-I-U-S. Bradford is accused of simple battery family violence from April 9th of this year. Case is 26 CR 2321H. Counsel is Mr. Bartell. Any priors, Ms. Hardy?
Their last arrest was September the 5th, 2024 out of Dunwoody, aggravated assault, armed robbery. They have 3 arrest cycles, nothing further.
Is that an open case?
It's out of Dunwoody, so I'm not sure.
Should be with Superior Court. Oh, so you don't see anything with Superior Court?
Not in, because it's DeKalb County, I don't have access to it.
Oh, Dunwoody. Okay, sorry about it. Okay. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a $5,000 surety, the FVIP program. No further contact with the victim, Tyra Glenn. As Your Honor aware, this is the one where they were fighting on the side of the highway and the construction worker filmed the whole thing. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Because this was on the highway, we are not asking for a stay away.
Huh? Mr. Bartell?
Yes, Your Honor. I did speak with Mr. Bradford. He indicates that he is employed full-time. He has a job with Mimco Construction Company. I'm advised that he was born in Atlanta, has lived here all of his life. His entire family, including his parents, siblings, aunts, and uncles, all live in the metro Atlanta area. I've been advised, I think Ms. Glenn is here. I've been advised that they're asking for no further violent contact, but he indicates that he can live somewhere else if the court wants no further contact. Given all that, we would ask for $1,000 good bond. I think that would be sufficient to meet the Ayala factors.
Miss Tyronda Glenn. Could you please step away from the light and raise your phone in front of you? Did you want to say something?
I was just wanting to know, like, this my kid father, like, they got everything twisted. Like, it ain't supposed to went down like that.
No idea what you just said. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell me again what you were trying to tell me?
He got the officer got everything wrong. He ain't even supposed to be in jail.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you. All right. On the simple battery family violence, that's going to be a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further violent contact with Tyronda Glenn. And he'll need to complete 4 anger awareness classes to be completed within 60 days of being released. His next court date will be sent to his current address. Thank you.
And Your Honor,
Thank
just
you.
to perfect the record, the state's gonna remind Your Honor that in 2024, he had 2 ag assaults, a cruelty, and an armed robbery. So we have grave concerns about.
I did see that. That was in 2023, and it looks like it's from the same incident, May 23rd. So I don't know if it's 2 separate cases.
There's one in 2023 that was possession of a weapon during a felony and an ag assault. The ag assault was dismissed. Then in 2024, he picked up 2 more ag assaults, a cruelty to the children in the 3rd, and an armed robbery.
Do they involve Miss Glenn?
That I haven't been able to verify. As pretrial noted, it's in another county.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know where that come from.
Well, there's no convictions.
It's
Yeah,
a
there is.
15. It's a 1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No violent contact with Miss Glenn, and he needs to do those classes. Now, whether the probation in those cases, if he's on probation, decides to be revoked, that's up to the DA's office. Thank you.
Thank you,
Next
Judge.
case.
Position number 10, Mr. Hardy.
Dathan Hardy is accused of battery family violence from April 9th, 2026. There's actually 2 counts of battery family violence. Mr. Hardy, you've been advised of your rights. Your accusation number is 26 CR 2330H. Miss Hardy, any priors? Hardy with a Y. Any priors?
There is, the last arrest was November 8th, 2024 out of Fulton for an FTA. 9 total arrest cycles. There's a 2026 aggravated assault felony conviction. It appears that they're on probation for that under 23 SC 190916. There was a 2020 terroristic threats and acts where they got first offender, but it was revoked in 2020. Nothing for, FTA in 2020 and 2024, nothing further.
So FTA is 2020, 24, and okay, those were the 2. Okay, thank you. Miss Spear?
Yes, we're asking for a $5,000 total surety. That's $2,500 per battery charge. The FVIP program, as they are intimate partners. No further contact with the victim, Demetria Hendrick. Your Honor, this is the one where it started in one place and then ended up at the Longhorn on Piedmont, so we are not asking for a stay away at this time. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
But do they live together?
They used to.
Used to. Okay, thank you.
I'm advised that they were a couple at one point, but they are no longer, Judge.
Okay, that helps. Demetria Kendrick, if you want to chime in and say anything, this is the time to unmute and start your video.
I talked to somebody already, but I don't want to talk right now.
That's fine. Mute your screen. Mr. Bartell?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I have spoken with Mr. Hardy about his case. As indicated, he and Ms. Kendrick did live together at one point. I'm told that they are no longer living together and they're not a couple. They do not have any kids together as well. He does indicate that he was not the primary aggressor here, that he was trying to stop Ms. Kendrick during this incident. He indicates that he is self-employed. He works as a pressure washer. He runs his own business, I'm told. He's also born in Georgia. Was born in Brunswick. He's lived in Atlanta since he was 6 years old, I'm advised. His mother lives here as well as he has one son, not with Miss Kendrick, but he has one son here. And I'm advised that there haven't been any further difficulties since this date. So, given all that, we would ask for a $1,500 bond total, Judge. It looks like they're really the same unit of prosecution, I think is the term. Two both arise from the same alleged incident. So we would ask for a $1,000 bond on the battery, the first count, and then a $500 on the second one for a $1,500 total bond. Nothing further.
$2,000 on each count. This is a $4,000 surety bond. No further contact with Miss Kendrick, Demetria Kendrick, to stay 200 yards away from her, wherever she lives, wherever she works, and away from her family members, and no communication any way, form whatsoever. Next court date is April 23rd. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no firearms. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Number 11, Mr. Hooser.
Mr. Carel Hooser is accused of hit and run, failure of the driver to return to the scene of the accident, improper and erratic lane change, driving while license suspended or revoked, and terroristic acts and threats. Incident date appears to be January 21st, 2026. Case is 26 CR 2332A. Your attorney is Mr. Bartell. Any priors, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was October 17th, 2025, out of Fulton for theft by receiving. That case is open under 25 PI 008619. There are 7 total arrest cycles. There's a misdemeanor conviction in 2026 for driving while license suspended or revoked. 2024, possession of a pistol or revolver by someone under 18. FTA from 2024 and 2026. Nothing further.
And Your Honor, what pretrial's missing is that 4 days ago, he also pled to driving on a suspended license.
Okay. Was that a CR case or a traffic case?
I didn't grab the CR, Your Honor. I just showed it on the criminal. That's he got his FTA popped when he pled to the driving while license suspended 4 days ago on April 6th this year.
Okay. And what is your bond recommendation for this incident?
We're asking for a $1,000 surety per charge for a $4,000 total and no driving unless he has the proper licensure. As Your Honor may recall, at the bottom of the warrant, they made contact with Swift Ride LLC. This was a rental car, and they advised me that the renter was female, but they have experienced problems with her previously because she keeps letting him borrow her rental cars and having problems. So we would, again, remind him first that this is a second, I believe it's fourth and it's a felony. I'm not positive on that one. But $4,000 surety, no driving without proper licensure, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
What, Mr. Bartell?
Yes, Your Honor. I did speak with Mr. Hooser. He does have the 4 charges. He indicates that when the vehicles made contact, he indicates to me that he did pull over. He said that there was no damage to either vehicle from what he could see. The other driver, he says, told him that she was not injured, so he believed that it was okay for him to go. And he indicated again that he did stop. Regarding the terroristic threats charge, that was added. he allegedly made a threat towards her, the other driver, but he indicates that he did not do that, that did not occur. There's not any indication of any corroboration of that, which I think is required for a conviction of terroristic threats. So we would ask that he be allowed to sign his own bond on that charge. The other three charges, we would ask for a $500 good bond on each of them for a $1,500 total amount. He indicates that he was born in Atlanta, Judge, and he's lived here all of his life. He works at Johnson Warehouse. It's a seafood warehouse. He has two children. His mom and father and siblings all live in the metro Atlanta area, I'm told. So he does have ties to the community, and that's the bond that we're asking for, and nothing further at this time.
All right. On the hit and run, that's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. On improper erratic lane change, that's going to be a $500 surety bond. On driving while license suspended or revoked, that's going to be a $1,000 cash bond only. And the terroristic threats and act, that's going to be a $1,000 signature bond through the jail. So this is going to be a $3,500 split bond. No driving unless he has a valid Class C driver's license, not a limited permit, not a driving permit. It must be a valid Class C current Georgia driver's license. He must have adequate insurance for the vehicle he's operating, and the vehicle must be duly registered. He's also to have no further contact with the owner of the other vehicle. And I'm so sorry, I forgot. And
Quenisha Milton.
Ms. Milton.
Oh, Miss Quenisha Milton. Okay. Make sure you have no contact with her other than through her insurance company if y'all are trying to resolve it. Next
She was the one, I'm sorry, Your Honor. She was the one that got kicked off for driving, but I do see her back now. I don't know if she's still driving or not.
That's fine. His next court date is going to be April 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, Mr. Hooser, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you choose to say in open court during this proceeding that is being recorded and live streamed, your statements can and will be used against you. If you want to waive your right to remain silent, you'll do that to your own detriment.
I would not say anything at this point, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Position number 19, Mr. Mccune.
J.K. Carel Andres Mccune is accused of battery, family violence in case 26 CR 2326Y. Incident date appears to be March 4th of this year. Mr. Mccune, your attorney is Ms. Kim. Any priors, Ms. Hardy?
Their last arrest was April 15th, 2024 out of Woodstock for a probation violation. There are 6 arrest cycles in Georgia. A misdemeanor conviction in 2020 for theft by shoplifting, 2021 possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and driving without a license. There was a felony conviction in 2017 for entering auto, but they got first offender, and it was discharged in 2018. Nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond with conditions no further contact with Laquita Shurton and to stay away from 4585 St. Andrews Drive in Atlanta. This victim was sleeping when her boyfriend, the defendant, tried to get physical with her in a not a violent way. I'm trying to be.
I understood.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. And she refused, so he slapped her across the face. In response to that, she threw a book at him, and he very inappropriately punched her repeatedly, causing a laceration and abrasions behind her ears and to her knees. Throwing a book and punching repeatedly is just not comparable. So for those reasons, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond, no further contact, and stay away.
Miss I can remember, it was either Shurton or Shelton.
I have Shurton, Sherten. We have not been able to get in contact with her.
All right, Miss LaQuisha Shurton, if you're on Zoom, you can unmute and start your video. I don't see anyone by that name. Okay. Miss Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened on March 4, which is almost more than 1 month ago. My client prepared with a violent contact, and yet he has no objection to stay away and no contact if Your Honor is not inclined to give him no further violent contact. My client and complaining witness, they have been living together. They also have a 1-year-old, like one child who is 2 years old, and my client is living with his 2 children and
I'm sorry, he's living with who?
2 children, Your Honor. One of
With
them is
the victim?
yes, and the other one is with somebody else.
Oh, okay.
He went to college at Chattahoochee for computer programming. After third year, he has 1 more year to complete. And ever since then, he was working at different industries to make a living. But right now, he feels like he lost a job because of the arrest. And Your Honor, the incident location 4585 is, I believe, it is my client's mother's place, and she strongly prefer to be able to go back home.
Okay, thank you. All right, on the battery family violence, that one charge is going to be 3,500. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 2. He will report to pretrial services twice a month. Within 30 days of being released, he will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program and complete all 24 weeks of classes at his expense. He's not to miss or skip any classes. Miss Young, this will be a 12-month monitoring class, program with pretrial services. No further contact with Miss Shurton, Laquita Shurton, and he's to stay away from 4585 St. Andrews Drive in Southwest Atlanta. He may return to the location one time only with a police officer. If Miss Shurton has vacated the premises, then he may return to the property. Otherwise, whoever's the homeowner has to legally remove Miss Shurton from the property before Mr. Mccune can reside there. Okay? He's also to have no further contact with any child or children that he shares with Miss Shurton. If he wishes to have any contact with any child or children that he shares with her, he must file the appropriate legitimation case in Superior Court and get a court-ordered parenting plan, at which time Miss Shurton can, of course, ask for child support. His next court date will be sent to his current address. So if he's not allowed, if he cannot return to the St. Andrews place because Miss Shurton still lives there, then he would need to provide us with a new address within 30 days of being released. Thank you. Oh, by the way, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no firearms. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Position number 27, Mr. Wilson.
Jason Wilson is accused of battery, criminal trespass causing damage to property from April 8th of this year. Accusation 26 CR 2315Y. Your attorney is going to be Miss Kim. Any priors, Miss Hardy?
Their last arrest was December 24th, 2025, out of North Charleston, South Carolina, for possession of marijuana less than 10 grams. They have 2 cycles out of South Carolina. Nothing further to report.
And I'm sorry, is Miss McLeod his counsel?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Miss Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond on the battery and $1,000 good bond on the criminal trespass, with no further contact with Kellis Chaplain, and to stay away from the BP gas station at 3693 Peachtree Road in Atlanta. The facts allege that this victim and the defendant were visiting Atlanta from Charleston, and in the Airbnb, defendant saw something on the victim's phone that he didn't like. So they got into a physical fight over the phone, which led to the victim having to run to the BP next door to call 911. The defendant followed her and can be seen on surveillance video biting her on the ground and punching her in the head while she's on the ground, leaving a knot on her head. Between the violence alleged in the facts, as well as he's clearly a South Carolina resident, we need to ensure his return to answer for these charges. We're asking for a $1,500 good bond on the battery, $1,000 on the criminal trespass and damage for the phone, no further contact, and to stay away.
All right. Is there anyone who wants to chime in for Mr. Wilson other than his attorney? No? All right, Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe he was arrested some time ago based on what he tells me. So I think there may be a Riverside issue here, definitely, because I think he said he was arrested on Monday.
This
Incident.
incident,
Go ahead.
excuse me, it occurred on Wednesday.
April 8th. So
What time on April 8th did that happen?
the allegation is that it was at 1:03 a.m.
Okay. Your Honor, I am asking for a signature bond for my client. He tells me that the alleged victim, who my understanding is, was charged with a felony assault on him, struck him in the eye, among other things, with a bottle. He had to be taken to medical to deal with that issue, Your Honor. He has no violent history, and I'm asking for a signature bond for him. I was able to speak with him. He's only 18 years old, Your Honor, and based on what he tells me, he was not the primary aggressor in any of this.
Okay. On the battery, it's going to be 1,000. On the criminal trespass is going to be 500. That's going to be a surety bond. No further contact with Kel's chaplain. Stay away from the BP gas station at 3693 Peachtree Road, and stay away from the Airbnb location at 3645 Peachtree Road in Northeast Atlanta. He's allowed a one-time visit to the Airbnb at 3645 Peachtree Road with a police officer, and that visit cannot exceed half an hour, and that's the time to retrieve his belongings and exit the location. His next court summons will be sent to his South Carolina address. Unless he changes it, then he'll need to make sure we are the first folks to find out. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you.
Your Honor, you did
Your
say
Honor.
1,500 good bond, right?
1,500 surety bond.
Okay, then his reset date is 4/23.
Oh, sorry. Reset date is 4/23. Got to mention that. Thank you.
Position number 2, Abubakar.
What position number?
2. This is State versus Abdi Aziz Abu Bakr, accused of theft by shoplifting and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer from April 7th of this year. Case number is 26 CR 2306K. You've been advised of your rights, sir, and your attorney is Mr. Bartell. Any priors?
The last arrest was August the 20th, 2025, out of DeKalb for shoplifting. They have 5 total arrest cycles. There was a felony conviction in 2026 out of Gwinnett for theft by shoplifting. It appears that they're on first offender probation for that. There also appears to be 2 holds. One out of Decatur for property damage. The date of that warrant is February 26, 2026. And then one out of Villa Rica for obstruction of a court order, and the date of that one is June 6, 2025. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. P?
Yes, Your Honor. It should be noted that the 2025 Gwinnett case of shoplifting is 7 counts of felony shoplifting and 1 misdemeanor count of theft by shoplifting. This happened at the Family Dollar at 3031 Main Street, A $2,000 surety for the shoplifting and a $1,000 surety for the obstruction. If you'll recall, Your Honor, he had to be tased. Was set by a previous magistrate. We would ask that it remain the stay away from the Family Dollar and an anti-theft course. We will defer to defense as to whether or not he needs a social worker visit. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Mr. Bartel?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, I did talk with Mr. Abubakar. He did not tell me anything, or I didn't have any information that he would need a social worker visit. Just to clarify, did he go before a judge in East Point before this?
Let me see. I don't believe this was a bind over. I don't see any bind over.
The reason I'm asking,
Yeah,
Judge,
this
is,
one.
this may be a Riverside case. The alleged time and date of the incident is April 7th between 1:30 and 1:45.
But he was
And-
he was booked in on April 8th at 8:26 a.m. Do I have a different?
Was that to the Fulton?
Yeah.
Okay, so was he, it does not indicate in the warrant whether he was taken into custody immediately.
I don't see that. Passing all, Mr. Exited and passed all points of sale and going, that's all it says.
Okay. Well, we would still ask the court to consider a signature bond on that basis, as well as the nature of the charges. It's a pretty de minimis offense. He indicates that he has lived in Georgia almost his entire life. He does have family in the metro Atlanta area, including both of his parents, his siblings, and aunts and uncles. He has worked as a delivery driver for FedEx. I'm advised that he still is in that line of work. So we would ask the court to consider a signature bond based on all of that. If the court's not inclined to do that, we would ask for a $500 good bond on each charge.
Can you just give me a moment? I don't know what time he was booked at the East Point jail, but he was booked in there, and I can't tell whether it's gone beyond 72 hours since we have a warrant. So at this point, I'm not prepared to say it's a Riverside issue.
All right, we would ask for a $1,000 good bond then, Judge, total.
On the theft by shoplifting, is going to be a $1,500 surety bond. On the willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer is a $1,000 surety bond. This is a $2,500 surety bond. He's to stay away from the Family Dollar stores, not only in East Point, but in the entire Fulton County county. And no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. His next court date is going to be April 23rd.
That's the SAP date?
Yes, and he's got also a DeKalb County hold, which is the Decatur hold, and I guess as well as the Billerica hold. Thank you.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Next, we have position number 7, Mr. Core. Yes. Come on. Right here. Over here. Yes, sir. All right.
This is Ernest Chevalier Coer, C-O-E-R, accused of criminal trespass from April 6, 2026, case number 26 CR 002263A. Mr. Coer, this case was initially excused on April 7th. It had an initial appearance on April 8th. It was reset then to today. Mr. Coer, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Miss Kim? Miss Kim,
Yes,
is it Mr. Bartel?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe so.
It is.
All right, just want to be
Okay.
sure. Thank you. Any priors, Miss Hardy?
The last arrest was January 13th, 2026, out of Fulton County for criminal trespass. That did result in a misdemeanor conviction. They have 32 total cycles. There was a 2016 felony conviction for criminal damage to property. FTA in 2025. It appears that they're on probation for criminal trespass in 2 cases. The first one is 25 CR 005679A and 25 CR 003410A. Nothing further to report.
All right, Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $5,000 good bond in this case with a stay away from the Spanish Village Plaza at 1722 Campbellton Road in Atlanta. I have 5 criminal trespass cases with CR numbers between this year and last year, as
Yeah.
well as an FTA. The facts allege that he was sitting in front of a brunch bar at this location, which is the same location of 2 of his prior CT cases, and he was just issued another CD from this location on March 30th, and this occurred April 6th. So he just will not stay away from this location. That's why we're asking for the $5,000 good bond with the stay away.
All right. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Corey is 40 years old, 46 years old, Your Honor. And he has been residentially challenged for kind of a long time, Your Honor. He does need social worker visit or BHET. I believe that he needs some assessment. He is currently, he says he graduated from several colleges and went to Army, and he's working as an electrician. Well, that's all I can say, Your Honor. We would like to ask the current bond, $1,000 surety bond remains set. He doesn't have anybody else to bond him out outside of the jail right now.
All right. Bond is set at $300. This is a cash bond only.
Excuse me, am I able to speak as the property owner and victim?
Sure. Chime in.
Sorry, my name is Nikia Strong. I manage the property.
Wonderful. May we have your video on?
Yes. Let's see how to do that.
All right. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And if you ever email a judge or a judicial officer ex parte, I would dismiss this case right away. Do you understand?
Yes, I was
All
not
right,
aware that
good.
you
Now
were.
you understand.
Okay.
So what would you like to tell me about this case?
Well, when speaking with the officers that arrested Mr. Coer, they said that I should attend the court to request that he be sent to like some type of program or something to
Okay.
get some
What
kind of
kind of
social
program do you
services.
recommend?
I'm not familiar with what the county offers, but if there's like a mental health facility or something that he can attend, because basically every time he leaves jail, he comes right back to the property.
Why?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so we don't know why. All right, and does he actually go into the property and disturb the residents?
Yeah, so it's a commercial property. So he sits in front of the store fronts and eats. He's defecated on the sidewalk. He's lit something and thrown it in the trash can, so the dumpster's caught on fire. He yells at customers when they walk by. It's just very.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Strong.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Kim, anything else to add?
Nothing further from the press, Your Honor.
As I was saying, this is going to be a $300 cash bond, which is tantamount to a $3,000 surety bond. He is to stay 500 yards away from the location, the Spanish Village Apartments. 500 yards is the distance of 5 football fields. He will need a social worker visit in order to be evaluated for any MH or BH issues, as well as to consider housing options, but they must be at least 500 yards away from the incident location. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And Miss Young, do you have his other open cases? I think it should be
Yes, ma'am, I'm
one.
Miss Lewis, we have them, they're connected together.
We have them. They'll be on
Okay.
together.
All right, so all these cases will be further noticed to April 23rd. And of course, Miss Kim, if the social worker indicates that he needs to be placed on the 11 a.m. calendar, please advise accordingly.
Thank you.
The gentlemen who are seated at the front row, this is a live streamed proceeding, so please be seated properly. Thank you. Next case.
Commission number 9, Gray.
This is Ernest Lamar Graves. He's got a PI charge against him from April 8th, 2026. We're going to waive sounding on the entire charge. Case number 26CR 2310Y. He's been advised of his rights. Attorney is Mr. Bartel. Any priors, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was September 16th, 2025, out of Fulton, for the same charge that's on the calendar.
Mhm.
It appears that they're on probation under 25 CR 007178Y. There's 35 total arrest cycles. There's a 2020 felony battery family violence, a 2013 criminal trespass, 2006 simple battery, FTA from 2020 and 2023. Nothing further to report.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, there's 35 cycles total starting in 1981. I do show another PI in 2025 with a simple assault open out of DeKalb County. He does have an FTA of Fulton and Newton County. There's already a $5,000 surety already set. We would ask that it remain. No further contact with the victim, Maria Lopez, and to stay away from 387 Cleveland Avenue. That is a strip mall. And an SDET, as this is not his first PI charge. We have spoken with the victim. She says the defendant comes to her job, causes disturbances often, he performed this act outside. He apparently does this frequently outside a restaurant window. This time he came in. The police have been called multiple times to remove defendant from the premises. The victim says she wants him to stay away from her job. She is in fear for her safety, and she would request a cash bond.
She knows
No
what the
drugs,
cash
alcohol,
bond
or
is.
weapons while on bond.
She knows what the cash bond is.
Maria Lopez, if you want to chime in, I don't know if she's on the Zoom, but she'll need to unmute and start a video.
We had to use the language line to speak to her, so I doubt she's here.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Bartel?
Yes, Your Honor. I have spoken with Mr. Graves. Based on what he's told me about his background and his educational history, and the fact that he is on disability, I do have concerns. I think it probably would be best to reset this to the calendar on this coming Thursday at 11 a.m. I think that might be an issue. We would ask for there's a $5,000 bond. We would ask the court if the court could consider reducing that to $2,500. However, he did not indicate anybody who could post a bond. I'm not sure how much difference that would make. But I would ask for a reset to the 11 o'clock Thursday calendar, Judge. I can meet with them face to face before that.
Sounds good. Bond remains at $5,000. It is a surety bond. The state can decide whether they want to file a motion to revoke probation in case 25 CR 7187Y. But in the meantime, he's to have no contact with Maria Lopez, which means he has to stay 500 yards away, not 200, but 500 yards away from the location at 387 Cleveland Avenue in Southwest Atlanta, and to stay 500 yards away from the incident location. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no firearms. His next court date is going to be April 16th at 11 a.m. He'll need a social worker visit to address any MH or BH issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You good?
Did I get a paper?
Yeah. Give a break. Yeah. We're all in the back. I got you. Section number 17, Mr. Lynch. Go ahead.
Dion Lamar Lynch is accused of battery from April 8th of this year, 26 CR 2314G. Mr. Lynch, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Kim. Any priors, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest was July 8th, 2025 out of East Point for driving without a license. There are 28 cycles out of Alabama, 5 out of Georgia, 1 out of Illinois. There is a 2024 felony conviction for aggravated battery, a 2019 domestic battery out of Illinois, a 2018 misdemeanor battery, family violence, and disorderly conduct. Nothing further to report.
Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. For the court's edification, the victim's actually 80 years old, so we may need to amend this to high and aggravated battery on a person over 65. We haven't done that yet, as we haven't been able to reach out to the victim. And we are waiting on medical records based on the injury, so there is a likelihood that this case will change. It could possibly go felony. As you know from the warrant, Your Honor, he was released from Grady, went outside and attacked 3 people. We were only able to identify 1 at this time. And that's Mr. Cornell Harper. We are asking for a $5,000 surety, an MHET, no further contact with the victim, Cornell Harper, and to stay away from 209 Edgewood Drive. I'm not sure if we need a social worker visit or a reset on this one either. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lee is 38 years old, and Your Honor, he was at Georgia Works. However, he just got kicked out from it, and ever since then, he has been residentially challenged. Right now, he works at some kind of wholesale, but he doesn't have much income at all. And Your Honor, he does not have people outside who can pay for his bond either. He graduated from high school 2005, and then after that he got forklift license and OSHA for safety issues. He says it was they bumped into each other and it was his self-defense, Your Honor. I do agree with the social worker visit for BHET. We would like to request for $1,000 surety bond, Your Honor.
Bond is set at 5,000 surety. Next court date is April 23rd. No contact with Cornell Harper. To stay away from 209 Edgewood Drive and to stay away from the Grady Hospital unless he has a verifiable appointment with a healthcare provider. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And his next court date is going to be April 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 20, Mr. Palmer.
Oh, this is the last one that we are gonna do because of the charge. Can we do that? At the last?
Oh, you want, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
24, Mr. Wallace.
Mr. Irvin Wallace is accused of battery from March 15th of this year, case 26 CR 2316L. Mr. Wallace, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Ms. Kim. Any priors, Ms. Hardy?
Last arrest was April 8th, 2025 out of Gwinnett for a probation violation. There are 12 total arrest cycles. Misdemeanor conviction in 2022 for battery, family violence. 2014 felony conviction for robbery. There was a 2012 burglary where they got first offender and it was discharged in 2017. Nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $1,500 cash bond. If you're not inclined to do a cash, then no less than a $3,000 good bond with conditions no further contact with Ayanna Banks. The facts allege that this victim went to her friend's house and heard yelling between her friend and her friend's fiance, who's the defendant. The victim entered and the defendant told her to get out or he was going to beat her ass, but her friend told her she could stay. The defendant, though, continued to yell at her to leave, and even the friend's mother got in between them to try and de-escalate things. But the defendant reached around her to strike the victim in the face twice. The defendant then pushed past the mother and pushed the victim to the ground where he kicked her. We did speak with this victim who stated the defendant can get very angry when intoxicated to the point where she fears for herself and her friend. There has been no physical violence between them before, but there have been verbal disputes in the past. She did have visible bruises from this case, which she sent to us, and she wants him to have a cash bond and no further contact. She did let us know she'd be here, but she does not want to speak. If we could just sound for her to make sure that's still her wishes. But for those reasons, we're asking for that $1,500 cash only bond. If you're not inclined to do cash, $3,000 good, with conditions no further contact with Ms. Banks.
Is there a Tamara Hollingsworth who is present on Zoom? Tamara Hollingsworth. All right. Iona Banks. Miss Banks, if you really don't want to add anything, okay. Miss Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 35 years old. He was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. And he says that incident location is actually my client's place where he resides with his fiance and one child. Actually, one of his child and three of fiance's children, so 4 children, they all live together there. It was a complaining witness who came to my client's place, and he says it was a self-defense because apparently fiance's friend, the complaining witness, was the first aggressor. Your Honor, my client has no objection to have no contact with her, the complaint witness. However, we ask for him to return back to his place because she does not reside at this location. And Your Honor, he graduated from high school. After that, he has been working at construction rental place. That's about it, Your Honor. We ask for signature on bond through pre-trial, no matter what level it is, and no contact.
All right. On the battery charge, that's going to be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. He does have 12 cycles. He does have a probation violation, and his last conviction was in 2022, and then prior to that was 2014. But my concern is I'm surprised that none of the alleged victims or the homeowners, Ms. Hollingsworth and Ms. Jeanette Thompson, are not chiming in about this incident. So I'm going to grant him a signature bond, but
I'm
if he
sorry.
violates,
This is Miss Banks.
I'll
I'm
have to
here.
get someone to respond. Okay, start your video.
Okay, hold on.
All right, lower your device.
Yes, I'm here. I basically
Raise your right hand.
Oh.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Do you live at 86063 Lamp Post Place in College Park?
No, that's where Miss Hollingsworth resides.
So do you have any reason to go back there?
I mean, that's my friend's home, whatever. I'm there for her.
She can
But I
come
don't.
visit. She can come visit you.
I
But
mean,
do
that's
you
fine.
do you have any reason to go back there?
No.
Okay. Anything else to add?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Now you may mute your screen. As I was saying, it's a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3, which means that he will be on pretrial monitoring for 12 months while he reports to pretrial services once a week. He's to have no further contact with Iona Banks He's to stay 200 yards away from her and not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. He's to have no violent contact with Tamara Hollingsworth and no violent contact with Jeanette Thompson. He may return to the 6063 Lamppost Place in College Park, unless, of course, Miss Hollingsworth and Miss Thompson do not want him there, but I don't have anything to the contrary, so he can return to the location. While he reports to pretrial services, he will undertake 8 anger awareness classes, and he will complete those anger awareness classes with pretrial services, and that must be done within the time that he's being monitored, 12 months. Now, Mr. Wallace, although you're being monitored by pretrial for 12 months, that doesn't mean that your case is dismissed after 12 months. This is still an open, active case, and you're required to comply with the no contact and the no violent contact for as long as this case is open. You're not to consume any illegal drugs. You're not to consume any alcoholic beverages, and you're not allowed to own or possess any firearms. Do you understand, sir? All right, I think that was a yes. Okay, we will send your next court summons to the lamppost location. Thank you.
Add-on number 3, Mr. Lee.
I'm sorry, let me get to the calendar. Okay. Position number 3, I have State versus Demetrist Lee. And his case number is 26 CR 2341B. Mr. Lee is accused of reckless conduct and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. You've been advised of your rights, sir. Your attorney is Ms. Kim. Any priors?
No adult history to report, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And 20 years old, okay. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a $5,000 good bond on the reckless conduct and $1,000 on the obstruction for a total of $6,000 good, with conditions absolutely no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. These facts alleged Officer Washington got notice of a possible homicide suspect at the Checkers on Donald Lee Hollowell. So when he approached, he told the male he wanted to talk to him. This defendant took off running down Donald Lee Hollowell, turned right onto James Jackson Parkway until he entered the wood line, where they eventually were able to find him. Witnesses at the gas station said that the defendant had a gun in his waistband, which was not on him when they found him. So they went back to the entrance to the wood line. They used a canine to track his path, and a black Taurus G3 firearm was found, that it was discarded. So, you know, this case gives rise to public safety issues, not only having a gun, but throwing it somewhere, anywhere anyone could find it, where it could go off at the officers in pursuit behind him, as well as fleeing, which is the flight risk here. So I believe that the appropriate bond amount is $5,000 on the reckless, $1,000 on the obstruction, for that total $6,000.
Hello, this is his mother. Could you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Tucker?
Nothing further.
All right. Ms. Khadija, if you want to say anything, you need to. Okay, there we go. Are you driving? All right. Remove her from Zoom until her car is parked. Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lee is still 19 years old yet. So he will be 20 when he becomes June 12. Your Honor, my client is very shocked by this arrest, his first arrest ever. And Your Honor, he was actually outside of the restaurant ordering food, and someone who didn't identify himself or as a police, there was no siren whatsoever. It was a sudden attack from someone. So that's the way my client perceived. He has one child on the way, and also, Your Honor, he graduated from high school, and he went to Georgia State University for statistics. And yet, right now, he is actually starting his marine career, and he's expected to be deployed within this week or next week. The location will be Parrish Island, Your Honor. He's currently residing with his father. He claims that he did not have any firearm. He has no clue about what was found by whom. That is not my client. And he was just trapped by a scary stranger. Nothing but the defense, Your Honor. We ask for signature on bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for the current bond, $2,000 surety bond, to be remained set.
And Judge, I just want to clarify, Ms. Kim said this is his first arrest. Pretrial confirmed this is his first adult arrest, but he does have a
Oh, we're not going to go
serious-
into, we're not going to
Okay.
a juvenile record. Now, I
Okay.
have one question. With regards to the warrant and an alleged suspect in a homicide investigation, did the BOLO identify at least the clothing worn by the individual who's an alleged person of interest?
I would assume so, Judge. I'd have to pull up the exact wording of the warrant.
Well, the warrant's not going to give you a lot because it says that the male was allegedly wearing an all black with a pink hoodie and was currently standing at Checkers. So does that information match the defendant when he was being pursued?
Yes. So yes, they identified him as the suspect that they were trying to speak with. That's when he ran.
Not trying to speak with my client. Your
I
Honor,
don't know, Miss Kim. I'm trying to make head or tail of this warrant. So I'm not quite certain. But at the present time, on his reckless conduct, that's going to be a $2,000 surety, and the obstruction is going to be a $1,000 surety. This is a $3,000 surety bond. He is to stay away from this location, which is the Checkers restaurant at 2641 Donnelly Hollowell Parkway in Atlanta, Georgia. He's not allowed to own or possess any firearms. There can't be any on his person, in his home, in his car, or anywhere near him. His next court date will be April 23rd.
Your Honor, can he be put on a cherished 10% program?
No.
He is too young to have a.
I'm actually going to reset this to the C calendar tomorrow at 2 p.m. And Miss Tucker, if you or the subsequent prosecutor can get more information.
Yes, Judge, he is in a pink hoodie in his booking photo.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's kind of coralish pink.
Okay, I'm back. I'm pulled over.
All right. You can start your video. Let me see the. Okay. Thank you. All right, Miss Khadija, if you want to say something, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes, what would you like to tell us?
That Demetrist is a great kid. He wants to go to the army and he just passed the ASVAB test. He have a sergeant that he deal with on the regular, trying to do a speedy process to get him on there. And his oldest brother, he's in the military.
Okay. His bond is currently a $3,000 surety bond. He'd be required to stay away from the Checkers restaurant and have no firearms. He's not allowed to have any firearms on his person, in the home. So if there are any firearms at home, either they go or the Mr. Demetrist goes. All right?
Okay.
Next court date is April 23rd.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
with the surety bond, do he get out like on his own, or we have to come get him?
Once his bond is posted, he will be released, but he'll need to make sure that he comes back to court when summoned.
Okay, so we have to pay for him to get out.
Either he or somebody else needs to post his bond.
Okay, and it's $3,000.
Correct.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Next case, please.
You still want it on for tomorrow?
No, no, I don't. I just saw the booking picture, so we'll leave it at that.
Mr. Barnes, add-on number 5.
Add-on number 5, okay? So on the add-on, we still have positions 1, 5, and 7. Okay. Position number 5, we have Cameron Farms with a PH, 26 CR 2342J. Mr. Farms has 1 count of simple battery, family violence, and 1 count of obstruction of a law enforcement officer.
What are you going?
Incident date is March 31st of this year. Oh, is it this year, Miss Tucker?
Yes.
Okay, there may be a typo. Incident date is 2016. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Mr. Farms, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Miss Kim. Any priors, Miss Hardy?
The last arrest was February 17th, 2025, out of Douglas County for entering auto and fleeing. That is their only arrest cycle, nothing further.
So 2 arrest cycles. Okay, thank you. Miss Tucker, excuse me.
Yes, Judge. Considering the lack of history as well as no visible injuries in this incident, and we've spoken with this victim, we are agreeing to a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2 on this simple battery, and a $1,000 signature bond pretrial level 2 on the hindering 911 call. With conditions no further violent contact with Takira Robinson. So we did speak with her. She said that the defendant wanted to buy a purse for her, but she bought it herself, which upset him. She did confirm that he slapped her, but denies he took her phone, and says he's never been violent before. She's not in fear of him, and she wants him to come home. She is on the Zoom. She may want to speak. If we could sound for Miss Robinson.
Miss Robinson, do you want to chime in? You need to unmute if you want to say anything. Miss Robinson, do you agree with what the prosecutor said?
Yes.
Okay, then you can mute your screen. Bond is set $1,000 on each count. This is a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further violent contact with Takira Robinson, and to complete 4 anger awareness classes within the first 6 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go over there in the green chair. Come on. Yes. Add-on 7.
Okay, thank you. This is Noah Duane Speight, Speight. I think that's how you pronounce it. Case number is 26 CR 2338G. Mr. Speight has been accused of the following offenses. That's 1, 2, 3, 6 of misdemeanor charges stemming from a traffic incident. They are driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, driving under the influence of alcohol per se, reckless driving, driving while license suspended or revoked, driving on the wrong side of the road, and possession of an open alcohol container. You have been advised of your rights, and your attorney currently is Miss Kim. Any priors, Miss Hardy?
Their last arrest was July the 5th, 2024, out of Henry County for a DUI. They have 6 arrest cycles. There's a felony conviction, 2022 possession of Schedule 2 controlled substance, with misdemeanor obstruction. It appears that they got first offender on that, and it was discharged in 2025. Nothing further.
Miss Tucker?
Yes, Judge. I also saw a 2023 arrest for a DUI out of Clayton County. I don't have the disposition on that one yet. But for that reason, we've got 2 DUIs in recent history. We're asking for a $1,500 good bond on count 1, a $1,000 good bond on count 2, for a total of 25,000 good. And then for the rest of the charges, 500 signature bond through level 3 on each. So this is going to be a split bond with 2,500 good and 2,000 through the signature bond.
Give me the breakdown again.
Yes, so on count 1, the DUI per se, that's 1,500 good bond. On count 2, the DUI less safe, that's $1,000 good bond. And then on counts 3, 4, 5, and 6, we're recommending a $500 signature bond through pretrial level 3. And so, yes, that's based on the
So that's a total of 4,500 split.
Correct.
Okay, I thought I heard you say 25,000. So, okay.
Oh, I probably did. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes, these facts, this defendant was driving down the wrong side of Cleveland Avenue, nearly struck the patrol vehicle head on, then made a left turn without using a signal. The officer initiated stop and the driver immediately exited the vehicle. So to prevent flight, he had to be detained immediately. While speaking with him, there was a strong odor of alcohol, bloodshot glassy eyes, slurred speech, an open bottle of Taka vodka in the car. This was an implied consent refusal. However, warrants were obtained for the blood. Those results are not back yet.
Okay. Miss Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 30 years old, Your Honor. He was born and raised here in Georgia, and he does have a very good address, mailing address, phone number. We will be able to contact, and he is coming back to the court. He has been here in Georgia all his life. He does have 2 children, Your Honor, and he actually resides with his children. He went to high school and graduated successfully. He also have an OSHA construction certification and also EPA 608 for HVAC qualification. And he has been working as a maintenance expert for Guru. He is also a main caregiver for his grandfather, who is 94 years old. We asked for a signature on bond, and he promised to come back to the court.
Okay, thank you. On count 1, driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, that's a $2,000 surety bond. On count 2, driving under the influence of alcohol per se, that's going to be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial. On count 3, the reckless driving, that's going to be a $1,000 surety bond. On count 4, driving while license suspended or revoked, that's going to be a $500 surety bond. On count 5, driving on the wrong side of the road, that's going to be a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial. And count 6, possession of an open alcohol container, that's going to be a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial. So this is a $3,500 surety bond. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. $4,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3. He will report to pretrial services once a week. He will be subject to random screens for alcohol and or illegal drugs with a mandatory minimum of 1 screen per month. He will report to pretrial services for the duration of 12 months to ensure that he does not consume any alcohol and no illegal drugs. He's not allowed to operate any motor vehicle unless he has a valid Class C driver's license, adequate insurance, and proper registration.
Your Honor,
And I was going to just say that he might want to be considered as a candidate for DUI court, considering this is his third arrest for DUI in less than 5 years. So this will be 3 DUI in 5. Next court date will be April 23rd. And no, he doesn't qualify for any other programs. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, you're muted, Miss Kim. Miss Kim, did you say something?
no, Your Honor, I want to
Okay.
with my client.
So it's a 7,500 split bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, we have add-on number 1, Mr. Daniel. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Tony Lee Daniel, case 26 CR 2337A. Is case 26 2337A is accused of theft by receiving stolen property, a misdemeanor, from allegedly August 22nd, 2025. Mr. Daniel, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Mr. Bartell. Any priors? Ms. Hardy?
Their last arrest was April the 20th, 1997, out of Boston, Massachusetts, for trespassing. They have 2 cycles out of Massachusetts. Nothing further to report.
Okay. Ms. Spear?
That's not what I show. Maybe we have a different history because I show a 2026 drug-related objects.
I have date of birth as February 25th, 1958. Is there a discrepancy?
I've got place of birth as Massachusetts.
I've just got date of birth. I don't have. No.
You have a different defendant from Massachusetts. Is that what you said, Mr. Bartels?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I said I have a place of birth is Massachusetts. That's what's on the paperwork.
Okay. And the bond currently set by the magistrate is 10,000 surety. Ms. Spear, what is your argument?
Honestly, Your Honor, even to me, 10,000 seems a little high. He stole $1,000 sport bike, pawned it for $200. I'll defer to the court. We just ask for no further contact with the victim, Amber Simons, and we'll defer to the court for the bond.
Bond is set at 2,000. It's a signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No contact with Amber Simons, and stay away from 1083 Vista Trail in Northeast Atlanta. He'll be monitored. Yep.
That's his home address.
Oh, that's his home address?
Yeah.
Is that where they found it? Okay, I thought that was where it was.
Yeah, I believe the theft
reported.
allegedly occurred on Monroe Drive.
It's
You're right.
998 Monroe.
9.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Young. Yes, it is 9. Stay away from 998 Monroe Drive, which is the Midtown Promenade. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Next case.
Can we go back to number 20?
20?
Mr. Palmer?
All right. Have we concluded with all the other cases?
Well, we have Mr. Tweedy. He's not on the calendar.
No, I meant the other 3 individuals who are in the courtroom. Can they be cleared as well?
Oh, yeah, they can, yeah.
All right, then we can pause the live stream, please.
Address also the defendant that we about to address his father's on the line.
Before we go back to 20, we have a bind over Mr. Tweedy.
Yes, I'm trying to find out what's going on with that at this point. And I know Miss McLeod has a waiver on one of her clients also.
Okay. Is Mr. Palmer seated next to you, Miss Kim?
No, this is not Mr. Palmer. This is Tweedy. Tweedy. Not in
What
the,
case is that?
it's not on the calendar, Your Honor.
He was a bind over judge. He was a bind over. It was a bind over case. He has a he always has a surety already, a bond set on these charges. He just needs to be accused and be placed on the next SAP counter. I'm assuming because this was a bind over from another case.
Booking number?
You want the booking number?
Yes, please.
260611. That's 2606119.
Okay.
And accusations have been filed. Although my accusations have been wonky today.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
you just filed an accusation on this
They
case?
have to add him in manually, even though he is a bind over and they booked him in, he's gonna have to be heard on first appearance.
260611 is his booking number. That seems like
No,
too few numbers.
6119.
6119. Okay. And what does the what were the charges in the accusation?
Yes, Judge. It was DUI, drugs. Let me pull it up.
So I have driving under the influence, failure to signal lane change, failure to obey a yield sign, failure to maintain lane, and reckless driving.
Yes. Yes, all 5 of those, yes, have been filed. I don't see that they've been given a CR number yet,
Okay.
but I did file them before 2 o'clock today. He currently has a bond.
2100 surety.
Correct. We would just ask that it remain as set. He has 7 priors, or 7 total cycles. The only relevant driving offense was driving with a suspended license. That was a NOLA conviction from 2007. The facts allege there was a single vehicle accident. He claims he was leaving the gas station. He heard a gunshot, so he ran the stop sign, lost control, ran into a pole, hopped out, and then ran into the gas station. He was sweating profusely, although the officer noted it was like 50, 60 degrees out, beautiful. There was no odor of alcohol or HDN, so the officer suspected drugs. There was slurred speech. He could not lift his tongue. He complained of dry mouth. He was not wearing shoes. He did perform fields. HDN was 0 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 1 out of 4. He could not understand the instructions for the finger to the nose test. He estimated 14 seconds in the 30-second period for the modified Romberg, and he had bruxism. When he was asked 1 to 10, 1 being the soberest he's ever been, 10 being, the highest, where would he fall? He did say 9, but he invoked his 5th when he asked what he took. It was an implied consent warrant, blood refusal.
All right. Mr. Tweedy, looks like you already were addressed by the City Court of Atlanta. And this was on April 7th, 2026, where the judge advised you of your rights and bond was set at 2100 surety.
Right.
Anything else to add, Ms. Kim?
Yes, he does not have any funds to make any pay, so we were hoping to lower the bond to make it either signature on bond or even lower bond, Your Honor. He is 60 years old and he does have
I'm still employed. Right now, I have a job. I've been there for. Okay.
So, yes, Your Honor. He was born and raised here in Georgia, and he has a good mailing address. He went to college, even though he couldn't finish. He still went to Augusta Tech, and he has been working as a paint auto body worker. And we asked for a signature on bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for a total of $1,000.
All right.
Surety bond.
Anything else to add, Ms. Tucker?
Nothing further.
There is charges. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I missing a charge? You said there were 6 charges?
No, just 5.
Just 5. Okay. On the driving under the influence of drugs, that's going to be $1,000 surety. On the remaining charges, it's going to be a $750 signature bond on each count, and that's going to be level 2. So that would be a total of a $3,000 short signature bond through pretrial services level 2. Once he posts his bond on the $1,000 portion, he will then be subject to monitoring with pretrial twice a month, and this will be for a duration of 12 months. While he's reporting, he's not to consume any illegal drugs, including marijuana. He's not to consume any alcoholic beverages, and he will be subject to random screens by pretrial with a minimum screen of once a month. No driving unless he has a valid Class C driver's license or an appropriate limited permit issued after an administrative hearing with the Office of State Administrative Hearings, what we call an ALS hearing. And his next court date is April 23rd, pending his posting of bond. Thank you. So that would be a $4,000 split bond.
Your Honor, he has nobody to get him out. He's really.
I'm sorry, I don't issue signature bonds on DUI unless there's an extraordinary circumstance. And in this particular case, there isn't. Thank you.
You finished? Come on, you gotta go this way. Yeah, you do.
All right. Did we say we have concluded with the add-on calendar? I believe so. Okay. Who do we have? Can we
Ms.
pause the
McLeod.
live stream?
You still have Mr. McLeod's case, Judge. It was a waiver.
Oh, okay. And which position was that?
This is 20, position number 20.
Okay. Well,
Your
Ms. McLeod, could you hold while I address the case with Ms. Kim?